Have you ever felt restless, confused, or overwhelmed by thoughts that just won't leave your mind? That is Shaytan at work, trying to disturb your peace and weaken your connection with Allah. But there is hope. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ taught a simple, powerful dua that can push Shaytan away instantly and calm your heart. In this video, you will learn how to use this dua effectively and protect your mind, heart, and faith every single day. Shaytan begins his work quietly by entering the mind, because thoughts shape actions. He does not force sin at once. Instead, he plants small ideas that seem harmless. Doubt, fear, anger, jealousy, and hopelessness slowly appear, making a person feel restless and mentally tired. These thoughts often repeat, creating confusion and emotional pressure until a person feels disconnected from inner peace. Over time, these whispers weaken focus in worship and daily life. A person may feel unmotivated, overthink constantly, or feel unworthy of goodness. Shaytan uses moments of loneliness, stress, and weakness to increase this mental noise, knowing that a disturbed mind is easier to control than a strong, mindful heart. Many people mistake spiritual whispers for their own personality or mental state, which makes them harder to address. When thoughts suddenly push a person away from hope, patience, or trust in Allah without a clear reason, this can be a sign of spiritual interference. These thoughts often feel intrusive and unwanted, appearing even when one desires goodness. Understanding this difference is important because the response changes. Normal emotions can be managed with rest, reflection, and support, while spiritual attacks require remembrance of Allah. Awareness helps a believer respond correctly instead of feeling guilt or self-blame. By recognizing the source, a person regains control and turns to the right remedy with confidence and clarity. Allah does not leave His servants defenseless against unseen harm. His mercy is shown in how He provides solutions that are easy, accessible, and suited for every believer, regardless of age or knowledge. Protection is not limited to scholars or the highly pious. It is available to anyone who turns to Allah sincerely, even in moments of weakness. These safeguards require no wealth, special place, or long preparation. They can be used instantly, at any time and in any situation. This reflects Allah's care for the human condition, knowing how quickly the heart can be affected. Through simple acts of remembrance, Allah makes safety close and reachable for all. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ did not only guide people in visible matters, but also warned them about unseen dangers. He taught specific supplications as spiritual weapons, knowing how deeply whispers affect the believer. These words were given with wisdom and compassion, meant to be used immediately when harm is felt within. This guidance shows that faith is practical, not complicated. The supplication taught by the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ carries authority because it is rooted in divine instruction. By following his teachings, believers connect to a prophetic method that has protected hearts and minds for generations, offering relief that is both instant and lasting. Seeking refuge in Allah is an act of surrender and trust, acknowledging that true strength comes only from Him. When a believer turns to Allah for protection, it reinforces the belief that no harm can reach them without His permission. This awareness shifts the heart from fear to reliance, creating inner stability. The words of refuge carry meaning beyond sound. They reflect intention and humility. They remind the soul of Allah's authority over all creation, including unseen forces. With this understanding, the believer feels spiritually grounded. The heart aligns with remembrance, and the mind becomes anchored in certainty. knowing it is under divine care and protection. Remembrance of Allah, or dhikr, has a profound effect on the unseen world. Shaitan cannot endure the presence of divine words and light. When a believer consciously remembers Allah, the environment around them changes, and negative forces lose influence. This is why simple supplications and praises create an invisible barrier that shields the mind and heart. Consistency is key. Even brief moments of remembrance repeated throughout the day accumulate strength, making it increasingly difficult for Shaitan to disturb thoughts. The mind becomes focused, resilient, and calm, while the heart experiences tranquility. Through dhikr, believers cultivate a spiritual atmosphere where Shaitan's whispers cannot survive, ensuring clarity and peace in daily life. Using the dua to seek refuge in Allah brings immediate relief to a restless mind. As the believer repeats the words with focus, the constant chatter of doubts and fears begins to fade. Thoughts that once seemed overwhelming lose their power, and mental clarity starts to return. The heart, burdened by confusion or anxiety, feels lighter because it is now anchored in divine protection. This practice also strengthens emotional resilience, making it easier to respond to challenges calmly rather than react impulsively. Over time, regular use of this dua trains both mind and heart to remain centered, peaceful, and connected to Allah in every situation. Making this dua a daily habit transforms it from a momentary shield into a constant source of spiritual strength. By reciting it regularly, a believer trains the mind to recognize and repel negative influences before they take hold. This repetition builds a natural reflex to seek Allah's protection whenever unsettling thoughts arise. Incorporating the dua into daily routines, during waking hours, before sleep, or while performing chores, ensures continuous connection with Allah. Over time, it becomes instinctive, allowing the heart to remain calm and focused even in stressful situations. Daily practice strengthens faith, reinforces reliance on Allah, and gradually diminishes Shaitan's influence in every aspect of life. Teaching this dua to children establishes a foundation of spiritual awareness from an early age. Children are naturally curious and impressionable, and introducing them to protective supplications helps them understand that seeking Allah's help is a normal and powerful habit. When children learn to recite this dua regularly, they develop confidence in facing fears, negative thoughts, or peer pressure. It also fosters a sense of mindfulness, teaching them that the mind and heart require care, just like the body. By guiding them gently, parents and guardians equip the next generation with a lifelong tool for mental clarity, emotional balance, and spiritual protection against Shaitan. Consistent remembrance of Allah strengthens faith by creating a direct, personal connection with the Creator. When a believer turns to Allah regularly, the heart becomes more aware of His presence, making it difficult for Shaitan to influence thoughts or actions. This ongoing relationship builds spiritual resilience, allowing the mind to stay focused even during trials. Faith grows deeper as believers witness the results of their remembrance: peace in the heart, clarity in decisions, and protection from negativity. Over time, reliance on Allah becomes instinctive, shaping behavior, thoughts, and emotions. Strong faith acts as a shield, keeping Shaitan distant and reinforcing a life rooted in divine guidance and certainty. Always remember, seeking refuge in Allah with this powerful dua brings peace, clarity, and protection to your heart and mind. Make it a daily habit and feel Shaitan's influence weaken with every sincere recitation. May Allah fill your life with tranquility, guidance, and unwavering faith. If you found this reminder beneficial, share it with others and subscribe to Graceful Deen for more Islamic guidance. Comment below with the prayer, "O Allah, protect my heart and mind from all harm, and make it your daily shield."